So in 3, 2, 1. Hello, this is Laren with the Shel, LadyShel here. She is with us. We're going to do a revisit of her combat encounter video. Last time she did this was a couple of years ago. She did it by herself. And now we're going to actually revisit this, kind of update it, revise it for Phoenix Grounds Unity. So I want to introduce my former partner, LadyShel. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm for you.
Great. So can you...
Also, I wanted to say that my version that I did was done in Classic, which is why we're upgrading it or updating it to Unity. Okay,
Yes.
what were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say, we're playing the first encounter for Lost Mine of Phandelver. LadyShel has all the characters in her possession, which is not normal. But that's one of the things that we wanted to mention is it's kind of difficult to play all the characters, but we've kind of rehearsed this, and it is possible, but you have to remember to switch between them. So,
Also, we want to say that Layroon's version is going to be the DM view, and my version, which will be on my YouTube site, will be the player view. So you can watch both videos, get the same audio, but see the version from the different viewpoints.
yes. The next thing is to let you know that you can prepare your desktop a little bit before you start to make it quicker. So I made like a run list, and what that is just some shortcuts that I put in a note. So if I click on the little run list, it's going to bring up all the images and all the things that I need to start the adventure without having to hunt around the interface. It's important that you set this up ahead of time. And then for the characters, I already have them all set and ready to go. I'm just clicking down the combat tracker, which is where all the characters have already been added. So all this stuff was done ahead of time to prepare for combat. We're not going to go into all the detail for that, but this is just an easier way to get things started. So if you have to come back, you're not spending half an hour setting up. Okay, Shel. So I'm going to run this just as if it's an adventure. And we're going to stop and talk about a couple things occasionally when we need to. So we'll try to keep this kind of like the game, but we'll explain some things as we go. Okay, so the adventures begins when you guys actually have left the city of Neverwinter. You have taken a job with two patrons, Sildar Hallwinter and Gundren Rockseeker. They have given you the task of escorting this ox wagon to Phandelver, and those two rode out ahead of you the day before. So you have now just come around this corner, and this little action happens. So basically, you're ambushed in this scene. Normally, the players would not know that. Shel already knows, and we rehearsed this, but this is how this plays out. So I'm going to read the box text, and it says, "You've been on the Tribor Trail for about half a day. As you come around a bend, you spot two dead horses sprawled about 50 feet ahead of you, blocking the path. Each has several black feathered arrows sticking out of it. The woods press close to the trail here, with a steep embankment and dense thickets on either side." So what would you like to do? You're on the Tribor Trail. You have the wagon. You guys are sitting there. You see that you come around that corner and you notice those dead horses.
Right. Let me just explain who my people are. So I've got a Hildorf soldier, and this character is actually related to Gundren and his two brothers. So I think that he is going to go up and look in the saddlebags and see what's going on there. But I want to introduce the other players, which I've got a human noble here. He's also out front. We've got the Lightfoot halfling criminal here. He is driving the wagon. And then along the side, we have the high elf, and this is the wizard. And then, or wait a minute, yeah, that's the wizard. And then we have a final fighter, a human folk hero fighter that's positioned at the rear of the wagon. So my hill dwarf is gonna go take his little stubby legs and head over to the horses and see if he can see any clues here, what's going on, or if there's anybody, you know, behind the horse.
Hmm.
Somebody might be there that he might be able to rescue. So he's gonna head his little legs over here. We're not in combat, so I don't have to worry about my 85 feet of
No,
running or
correct.
clump, clump, clump.
Okay, so when she moved, I went ahead and approved the movement. It moves by itself over to the location where she ended. So she's taking a look at the horses. So at this point, if I wanted to do it before or after, it tells me that if anyone who knows Gundren and Sildar, if they investigate closer, they can identify the horses as belonging to Gundren Rockseeker and Sildar Hallwinter. So at
Do you
this
want me
point,
to
I
roll
can,
a?
yeah.
You
So
want?
at this point, the point that we're going to make is you can either just tell the players, like if they're new to Fantasy Grounds and to D&D, probably just tell them. If they are experienced, I'm going to have LadyShel go ahead and roll investigation.
Okay. He's not super good at this, and I am rolling it in the tower, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So LadyShel rolled a 10, which isn't bad. It's an average roll, and that's about what I would have set the difficulty. So upon looking at the horses, it dawns on you that you've seen these horses before in Neverwinter.
I'm guessing I might be able to see Gundren's like on his saddlebag. Well, not on the saddlebags, like on the horse itself, his like logo or whatever you call it.
Yeah, so why don't you make a medical check and you can look at
This
the
isn't the.
horses.
This is not the. This. This is the. Wait. Oh yeah, this is the cleric. I keep getting confused because he's the soldier.
Yep,
Okay, he's gonna do a medicine check and see if he can see what the heck happened here. He doesn't see any people though, right? There's nobody
correct.
like. Okay.
So you look at these arrows, you see how far they're embedded in the body, and you also notice that they're starting to get maggots and flies. So based on that, these horses were killed about 13 hours ago. So that places them right about the time that your patrons would have come through here.
Okay.
So you make a kind of a startling discovery.
Okay. And I do think that these belong to Gundren and Sildar.
Yep. So make a survival check.
Okay.
As you're looking around, you see some saddlebags that are laying next to the horses, and they've already been looted. And then nearby, there's an empty leather map case.
Okay. He picks that up.
At that moment, it dawns on you that those arrows belong to goblins.
Yeah, because the dwarves do not like goblins, so I think that he would be very familiar with the style of equipment that goblins use, which is usually crappy equipment. But
So,
the feathers, the black feathers
so the way the
are
game is written
bonus.
is that it says that as soon as you investigate these saddlebags, that the goblin ambush will occur. So what you would do here is, in this case, you pull up the stat block for one of the goblins. It could be any of them. There's a stealth of +6. So you can do this ahead of time or you can do it in real time. So I'm going to drag and drop the stealth roll. And they rolled a total of 12. So if you pull up the party sheet or any of the character sheets in Fantasy Grounds and you look at the stats here, all of them have a passive perception of 13 or higher except for the rogue, the Lightfoot. So nobody in this group is surprised except for the guy that's riding the wagon. So their ambush kind of starts now. So I will have Shel. You want to roll for? You want me to roll for all the initiatives, or
I'll roll for the initiative so we can
okay?
show people.
And I'm gonna
I have
roll for
also
the goblins.
saved. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, did I? No, I didn't save it down there. Never mind. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll. You just will click on your initiative symbol here on the front page of your sheet for each person. Should have went down the line here, which I didn't. So I am double clicking on their portraits to get their sheet to come up. And I already rolled the hill dwarf first. And the high elf is the final one. Oh my goodness, the hill dwarf did crappy. And he's way out, where nobody else
BFE,
is.
yeah.
So,
Okay.
we're gonna start with the Lightfoot.
Yeah, but I got to roll for the goblins now.
Okay.
So when I hit the down arrow for the encounter, it's going to add the goblins to the combat tracker. Normally, the settings in Fantasy Grounds are at default. They're all probably going to have the same initiative and the same hit points if you leave the default settings on. But if you change them and you want to mix it up to where they're not all the same, you can go through there. So right now I have it on random, so they don't all have the same hit points. I have movement on 1.5, so if you move diagonally, it actually moves the correct distance. And then for the other settings, as far as initiative goes, instead of having it on group, I just have it on the setting called on, which is going to allow for each one to roll individual initiative instead of rolling as a group. So when I have those settings changed and I hit the down arrow, it does it automatically. So, being that this is a surprise round, the Lightfoot is the first one in the group. He doesn't notice the goblins right away. And if you notice, all of the players already have their active abilities on. The High Elf has Mage Armor, so I'm assuming that you want to cast that spell.
I do.
Okay, so we'll leave that. It's already on.
No, I know, but I need to deduct a thing from her sheet.
All right. So the Lightfoot, we're going to skip his turn because he actually is going to miss this turn because he was actually caught off guard. And he was probably focusing in on the mission ahead and checking out the wagon and such. So he wasn't really paying attention. But the next person in this combat order is the High Elf. So LadyShel, when you're ready, can you move to your next turn? Or to the High Elf, I should say. Okay. So the High Elf casts Mage Armor. The spell is already on now. So you already have the spell casted. So that's basically your turn. If you have any bonus actions or movement, you can do that.
She does not. So she'll pass her turn.
Okay. So she just stays under the cover of the...
Oh, never mind.
Okay. So now that the goblins are going, in the encounter, it says that 2 of the goblins are melee, and 2 of them are melee or ranged attacks. So we have one individual down here in the south. This is Goblin Number 3. He is going to move forward. So I'm going to have him move. So to move them as a game master and to keep track of his movement, I'm going to hold down the Alt key initially. And that's basically his movement. And then he's going to take out his bow and take a shot at the human folk hero. And he should also be visible now because he came out of his cover.
Oh, yeah.
So now that I have the noble targeted, I do that by holding down the right control key and clicking on the target. And in the combat tracker, it actually shows that he's targeted. So now all I have to do is double click on the short bow attack roll. So the arrow goes flying through the air and actually connects. It lands in between his armor pieces, and it does some damage to him. So you can hear him or you can hear him go, oof, like he took a blow. So he took a total of 4 points of damage. Fantasy Grounds will record that in the combat tracker. So he's already taken some damage. So the goblin jumps up and down in victory. He's like, yay! So he's happy that his attack worked.
Yeah, well, you're standing out in the middle of the road, so I wouldn't be so happy.
Yeah, so the next goblin does similar thing. He runs down the side of this, or runs up the side of the hill. This one actually takes his scimitar out, and what he's going to do is hold his action, and if anyone gets close enough to him, he will attack them with his scimitar. So he's just coming out with this menacing look, and he's running, and he's kind of sticking his tongue out, and he's, taunting everybody. So that's his turn.
Should we be able to see him?
Yep, I'm going to make him
I only
visible.
see Goblin 3.
That's because I haven't turned him on.
Oh.
So there's his visibility.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So now it's the human noble's turn.
Okay. What I wanted to say also before the goblins had their turn, when I said uh-oh, in case you don't know why I said uh-oh, it's because when I passed my turn and I didn't see my next person get their turn, I knew that there were going to be something was going to take a turn next. That's why I said uh-oh. So just saying there. So
Right.
the noble is really close to Goblin 4, so he is going to move up one space and he has a great axe, so he's going
Right.
to take his great axe and
Before
he's
you
going to
do that, though, the
okay,
goblin
yeah.
held his attack, remember?
Oh crap. Yeah.
So he is going
Okay.
to take his scimitar and swing it.
Okay. Well, wait, he can't swing if he's not
Yes.
in within melee range
Yes,
of
he
me.
is. You move to melee range.
Oh, okay. So after I already moved, then he gets his turn. Okay.
Yep. So you move close, and
Okay.
he hits.
Oh my goodness, he did hit very bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that might change the way you do things. So you moved up to attack him, and you got slashed, and you got an arrow sticking out of your shoulder.
Yeah.
The other thing that Shel mentioned is that you can turn on skipped hidden actors, and that way the players won't notice that.
Yeah. That's your DM tip.
Yep.
Okay, so my little noble here is feeling pretty dang hurt. So
Oh yeah.
he's oh shoot, he doesn't get the one where he gets this is the one where I always get second wind and the other one
Well,
mixed
second
up.
wind is the healing, so he can do that if he wants.
Okay. That's a bonus action, right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, but first he's gonna try and slash this guy with his great axe since he already came out in the middle of nowhere here
Okay.
and got hit. So he takes his great axe here, and I'm gonna pick up the dice here to the right of the great axe, and I'm gonna drop it on the goblin and see if we hit.
Nice.
So we do hit, yeah. And we're gonna do our damage, which is the second box here. Again, drop it on the goblin.
Wow.
Yeah.
One hit.
Well, it is a great axe.
So you split him in
then-
half.
Then he is going to use second wind on himself because he
Okay.
is really hurting.
Yep. All you have to do is
So-
click on it.
Yeah, I click on the plus sign for heal, and I drop the dice on myself.
All right. Better than nothing.
Well, 3 hit points is better than nothing, right? When
Yep.
you only have 10 hit points, you know.
So you got some of your hit points back.
He is he's gonna
Make sure you
he can move again,
yes,
right?
he can. Yes, and you can also check off your second win.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, it is. Oh yeah, this.
Yep.
Yeah, I clicked the little circle over there
Yep.
on the side, and I want to move. So I'm gonna move closer to the hillside. Up, and then over, and then up. So I'm next to the hillside, which gives me a little protection from if there's anybody up here, and if there's anyone down here, maybe the ox are gonna be some cover.
Yep. So you're kind of next to that cliff, so that's cool.
Right. So that's where he will end his turn.
Okay.
And we pass to the folk hero, which is the one in the back.
Yep.
The folk hero. Now, to see if I could see him, I'm going to click on the control key and then click on the goblin and see. Oops, I'm on the. Why did it? Oh, I forgot to. Sorry. I need to click on my person that's actually doing it.
Yep.
Then I want to click on the control, click on the goblin, and see if he has a straight shot. Now, it looks like my compatriot here is in the way, which would make it what, -2?
Yeah, you can still move though. So if you want to
Oh,
move,
that's true.
you want to move up, like or cut the angle a little, you could.
Yeah, no, but these are all diagonal moves. Okay, well, I'm gonna try moving up anyway, so I get a clear shot.
Okay.
So 5 and I'm trying to avoid these diagonals. Okay, for right where I am, I should have a clear shot straight through here, and I can check it
Nope.
again.
Now you do.
Hey, you moved me.
Well, yeah.
I didn't go in the wagon.
Well, that's where it ended up because you probably moved it while it was approving the movement. So
Oh,
that's yeah. So you want to go over to the right. Well, actually,
you
you
know
can
what?
beat right there.
Leave me in
Yeah.
the wagon because
Yep.
it gives me some height too. So
Yep. Yeah, you're fine
uh,
there. No
now let me
penalty
get
there.
on the right person. I've got human folk hero. I'm going to double click on my human folk
So
hero.
you're leaning like right up against the wagons, basically, and you're gonna fire away.
And she has a fighting style of archery, which
It's
is
already
good for her.
active. Yep.
So
Now you
I'm
just
going to
double click.
take my longbow and I'm going to drag it over here on the goblin. See if I hit it. I do indeed hit it.
Nice.
And then I'm going to do my damage. Again, drop it on the goblin. And I did heavy damage to him. So she's she does have a second wind, but she doesn't second wind is only for self, right? I
Yeah,
mean, I
it's
couldn't
such a
heal someone. I couldn't heal
correct.
someone else with it.
That's correct.
Okay, so she doesn't have any damage on her, so she's not going to use anything. She doesn't have any other bonus action, so she
has 5 more feet of movement if she wanted to.
yeah, she can stay in the wagon.
Okay.
In the back seat there.
All right.
And my hill dwarf is all over here. He kind of wants to get over with his friends, but he wants to kind of stay along the cliff again. So he's going to move. Whoops, I don't need the control. Let's click on him. I'm going to move up and then I'm going to move over. He gets 25 feet of movement. He is against the cliff, so that kind of protects him from anyone up here.
Yep.
But not so much down here. And he does still see, of course, this guy. So he's going to use his, let me click on his sheet. This is kind of a pain in the butt to do more than, and I forgot to delete these ranged things because he hasn't taken a shot yet. Now he's going to use his crossbow. Now the crossbow, what is the distance for this? This goes for 80 and 320, so he has plenty of space. The goblin to check, we click control and it's 40 feet away. So would that be a problem? No,
Nope.
it wouldn't.
No.
Okay.
So just double click on the attack roll.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab the die, drop it on the goblin.
Yeah, if you have it targeted, you don't have to drag it, but that's fine.
There's several ways to do
Yes.
things, but he missed. So
Oh.
yeah, that's not good. So anyway, he's gonna stay here and say a little prayer to himself.
So the goblin kind of probably just moved without knowing, and it kind of
yeah.
got out of his way in time. So
Right. Okay, so he's gonna pass his turn.
okay, so the next goblin is coming out of the woodwork, so to speak. And he moves down to see what he can see as far as vision goes. You can see the top of the human noble's head. He doesn't notice the hill dwarf because he's short.
Yeah.
And he does see the Lightfoot criminal and the folk hero. So he's going to target the high elf acolyte. But as you can see, as I target that, he has to go through quite a bit of targets here. So he's going to be at -5. But he's still going to try it. He's got a short bow. He's got the high elf targeted. So I'm going to double click on the short bow attack roll. And of course, he still hit, even with a -5 penalty. and he does a lot of damage, and he takes her out. So the wizard has gone down, even with her armor class bonus from her spell. So he's did a pretty good roll there. So he got lucky, and he's jumping up and down victoriously, like yee-hee. And I have him move up 1 square and pass his turn. So one of the characters has already gone down, the wizard. So she's
Now,
hurt.
question.
Yep.
Because she's unconscious, you don't have to also put the prone on her, correct?
No.
Okay.
That's a good question, but no. Okay, so the next goblin. Let's see. He's also hiding in the bushes. He comes out with his bow. Change the visibility. And he is going to target the human noble. So he's got a straight shot right across the way. Gonna double click on his short bow. And he was able to connect.
This guy's feeling like a pincushion.
Oh, so he goes out
crap.
too. So there's 2 down already. So
Yeah,
as you can
this is
see,
not a very good example
no.
of how to do good
Well,
combat.
this is something that will show you, the potential problems that you might come against when you're running this encounter, and that's kind of
especially because they're goblins and they can run away.
correct. So now your Lightfoot has his opportunity here.
And he can see number 2 really well. Let's click on his sheet. And, oh, yeah, he's got a short bow. He's going to pull out a short bow, and he is going to attack Goblin 2. And he missed.
Oh,
Man,
the little goblins are shifty.
the dice are not my friend today. He doesn't have any bonus actions or anything, so
He can
I guess
move, and that's about it. And
yeah.
or you could try to hide too.
Can he hide like in the wagon, like
Yeah.
crawl under? Okay,
go ahead and roll a stealth check since you're not moving.
Grab my stealth.
Yep. Put it in the dice tower, and then I'll let you know. Okay. So for now, we'll just leave that as it is. So I'll record that number as the GM. And if the goblins are able to notice her, I'll let her know. I don't normally let her know if she's hidden or not, unless she wants to make a sneak attack. Then that might change it. But okay, so go ahead and move your turn. So Fantasy Grounds automatically made a death save, and that's a failure. So go ahead and move again.
Great.
Okay, so Goblin number 3 is going to switch targets. So right now he has the noble targeted. So I'm going to untarget him. And it looks like I'm going to be targeting the folk hero at this point. And then I'm going to double click on my short bow attack because I changed targets. That way it's not trying to target the noble again, who's already down. And of course he hit. Oh my god. So these guys are actually getting very good rolls. They're taking the party out systematically, so this is not a good time. And when I advanced the turn, the human noble also failed its death save.
Can I also mention that there is an option of not letting it auto roll, letting your players roll their own death saves?
Yeah, so you can turn that off. By default, it's on, but if you want to turn it off and let players roll themselves, you could do that.
As a player, I like to roll my own, but that's fine.
Okay, so you're pretty hurt. A couple of your guys or a couple of your other allies are downed. So
yeah,
you just got hit again.
Yeah, but we took one of them out, so that's better than nothing. She's going to stay where she is because she has the height advantage, and she's gonna. Now, this is what I'm gonna check here. Goblin number 2 is at healthy, but Goblin number 3 is heavy. So she's going to try and target the one that has the most damage to it, hopefully to kill it in a shot.
Yeah,
in
you already
one
have number 3 targeted.
Okay, great. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, longbow. Come on, good roll, good roll.
Oh,
For goodness
horrible.
sake, she's got archery style and
No.
ah,
She has a +7
okay.
to her roll, so she rolled a 3. So she got a 10. It's not enough.
But she does have second wind.
Yay.
So she is going to heal herself
Mm-hmm.
so she can still be in battle here and not get taken out, hopefully. And she does 7 of 8. Very good heal there. And then I'll pass my turn.
Okay.
And our cleric has the next.
So you have yourself targeted, just so you know.
Why
The
did I
dwarf
target
has
myself?
himself targeted. I don't know. Just letting you know.
Okay. Yeah. I still have myself. I'm doing control click and it's not changing it. How come?
I don't know. First select the token and then do the right.
Maybe that's why.
Yep, that's why. You have to select the token first.
Okay. Yeah,
and then hit target.
I had the control already done down. Okay, this guy number 3 is in bad shape, so instead of using crossbow this time, let's get the right thing up. Okay. He's not going to use weapons. Instead, he is going to use his dwarven cleric ability of Sacred Flame. And that's probably not a good thing, but I'm going to try it. And I say that because this is a dex save, and I'm thinking goblins have really good dex, so he's probably going to not get hit. But my dwarf wants to call on his god and
blast him.
Yeah, give him some radiant damage. So I take my attack. Oh wait, whoops, cast.
Yep, the cast dex
and
attack.
I drag it on Goblin 3.
All right.
And Goblin 3.
He takes a hit.
Oh no, he didn't. Success.
You hit him.
No,
yeah, but this is a cast. Oh, it's a save. Yeah, he saved.
It's a save. Yeah.
Dang it. So no damage.
20. He saved with 20.
Dang it.
But I do have a bonus action. Now let me look at my this.
I thought it was a dex attack roll.
No.
Just save.
Okay, so it has to be within 60 feet, so he is not close enough to anybody, I don't think. How far is this guy? This guy's 70. He's going to move up so that he can, cast on the noble, because this guy's wait, didn't this guy die?
Yeah, the noble's down.
Well, it says he's unconscious. It doesn't, It said dying before.
Right, but he's not dead.
I can revive him?
Yeah, if you get close enough.
Okay, so I only have to go move 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So I move 10 feet. You know, I might want to move a little more than that. I'm going to move closer. Okay, so that's where I'm going to end.
Yep.
And then I'm going to use my
healing
bonus
word.
action of Healing Word, and I'm going to cast it on my human noble.
All right, cool.
Oh, good. I gave him a really good heal there.
Mm-hmm.
Now he only has 3 damage, and that's where my hill dwarf will end his turn out in the middle of
and make sure you turn off your
sight.
Make sure you check off your spell slot.
Oh yeah, that's my no, that's my only. I have 1 left.
Yep.
No, wait. Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry. The first Sacred Flame is a cantrip, but my Healing Word is a spell, so I have to click that off. So he's like in viewpoint of this guy and this guy, so he's kind of in trouble, but he wanted to save his friend. So
makes sense.
He is going to end his turn.
All right. So Goblin number 1 is going to change his target. So right now, I'm going to select Goblin number 1. I'm going to deselect or unclick the High Elf because she's already down. And he's going to retarget the Hill Dwarf. And going to double click. But since there's such an angle here, it's kind of hard for him to hit the dwarf. So I'm going to give it a -2. Because it's a steep angle, you kind of have to shoot at an awkward angle.
With
So
my luck, he'll probably hit.
yeah. So I'll just double click. Ooh, he rolled a 1. So what happens is he picks up his bow. He gets all excited. He thinks he's got a definite kill. But in that excitement, he drops his bow and loses his turn. So he can't move. He can't do anything. But
I'd rather have him fall off the cliff, but okay.
so he's going to pull out his scimitar and probably go from there. But that's his turn.
Okay.
So Goblin number 2 is let's see, where is Goblin number 2? Okay, he's down here. Yep.
Bottom.
So he is going to move. So I'm going to have him move up. So he's going to hop down this little hill embankment. I'm going to have him roll a dex save or a check, because if he jumps and he lands wrong, he might hurt himself. But
it seems like it would be about 10 feet, don't you think?
At least 5. So I'm going to, I'll have him roll. So if he's going to jump and not climb down, he won't lose any movement, but he risks hurting himself. So.
But he's very dexy, so I wouldn't worry.
So on his stat block, I'm going to roll a dexterity check. And he just has to beat like a 10, basically. Or higher. Oh, he fell. So he's not there anymore. Let's say he's back here. And he stumbled and fell. He took a point of damage.
Now he's prone, right?
Yes, he is prone, exactly. So I'm going to go over to the effects area up here in the tools. And you look for the prone condition and drag it to the goblin. So he jumped down and he failed. He ran off and jumped instead of climbing down to try to, to maximize his distance, and he fell. And now he's prone. So he basically loses his attack. So he's done. Okay.
Bad thing about prone for the people on my team is that he's harder to hit.
Yeah, because with the missile weapon, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Lightfoot.
Okay, Lightfoot. What has he got? Whoops, let's click on his.
He wants to do sneak attack, so as far as I know, he hasn't been noticed.
Okay. So he is going to
maybe target.
What is his movement? He has 25 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure. Figured he did because he's a halfling. He don't move very far. He's gonna head over.
Well, does he want? He can do a sneak attack, or he can just,
You know what? I think he's gonna do a sneak. He's gonna try for sneak attack. We'll see if if he hits. Oh, you said, but it's a ranged disadvantage.
It would be on that one, or you can try for the other guy. That's way.
Let's see, 1, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, he can't get over to within melee range anyway, so he's going to try his short bow, and he is going. And you want me to click on -2 or disadvantage? Which one?
You don't have to, because it does it automatically.
Oh.
So you just have to target that because he has prone on. So it already.
Oh, okay, got it.
The condition does it.
Good to know. Good to know.
So you target
on my character, so the game knows who I'm playing. I'm 35 feet away from this guy. Now he is targeted, and I'm going to use my short bow.
Yep.
And hopefully Oh no! Halfling!
Halfling.
Lucky. Yes, lucky.
Okay.
So I get to roll again, right?
Yep.
Do I
it says when you roll a 1 on an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you can re-roll the die, and you must use the next roll. So go ahead and do it again.
Yeah, well, hopefully he doesn't get another 1.
Well, you still missed, but at least it wasn't a 1.
That was a decent hit, too. How does a goblin have more than 14 armor?
It's not it's the speed of the goblins, but yeah, I hear you. Part of it is because you're getting disadvantaged because he's laying on the ground.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why. It's an odd angle. You probably should have went after the other goblin, but you might be too far away. Okay, so that is your turn for the Lightfoot.
Oh, can he hide? Hide
He
again?
was hiding.
Oh, he. Can he hide again?
Yeah, he can hide in his turn
So he wants another
instead
stealth.
of
You want
moving.
another stealth?
Yes.
Okay. So
'Cause every time you move, you have to re-roll it stealth.
yeah, I'm just making sure everybody knows what
So
I'm
you
doing.
duck in behind there. Okay.
Okay.
So that's your turn.
And I will click, and she rolls another death save, and
She succeeded.
So she's 1 and 1 now.
Yep.
And then Goblin 3 gets a turn. Oh
All right.
gosh.
All right. So Goblin 3 is still, he still has the folk hero targeted. So I'm gonna click on the NPC and then untarget the targets he had before, and he's gonna target the dwarf.
Okay.
And of course he hit.
Oh my goodness.
But he only rolled a 1, so that's helpful.
Okay.
So it hurt, like that little arrow stung. It's already sticking out of your side there. And he jumps up and down. He's all excited, and he's moving back a little, and he's kind of taunting you.
Yeah,
Okay.
you moved away from me, so now I can't reach you at 25
Exactly. So the human soldier, the one that was revived, is now on his feet.
Okay. So he is going to, we'll click on the character. We'll unclick on the dwarf. We are going to now move down to Goblin 2.
Okay. Nice. So you close the distance.
He's going to use his great axe, hopefully with good results. Oh, why is he disadvantaged? Oh, because.
Oh, it's advantage. Hey! It's advantage.
Oh, okay, good.
Because he
missed.
Oh my God! He got advantage and he still missed.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it's awkward, but you know he had advantage because the goblin hasn't stood up yet.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
It is horrible. Okay, so
Jesus.
I guess he's stuck there next to this goblin on the ground, and
okay. So you have Goblin 3 targeted, which is the one that would just attack the dwarf.
Yeah. So click on it to tell it what person I'm using, and he's gonna go. Let's see. Why is everything in a diagonal for these guys? Everything.
Well, the map is that way too.
Yeah. Well. He needs to get down off the wagon.
She does, yeah.
Or she does, yeah. 15.
So this is the human folk hero. So Shel is using the pregens that come with Lost Mine of Phandelver.
Right. Okay, so there's her 30 feet there. And you can approve my move. Now, she's going to check and see who looks like a better target, because I'm thinking, no, this guy's on the ground. I'm going to get disadvantage. This guy, I think, now, is this the one with the arrow with the, no, this is the one with fighting style defense. Okay, so.
No, the human here has the fighting.
Right. It says fighting style defense, and all she has for range weapon
well,
is a
she
javelin.
she has archery. You're on the wrong.
No, I'm
human
on the wrong
folk
one?
hero, not the
okay,
noble.
Sorry. Okay, good. Good, because the other one had javelins. This one has the longbow. She keeps missing with it, but okay.
Third time's a charm.
She's not going to try and attack the guy on the ground because yeah.
Too much stuff in the way anyway, so.
Yeah. Okay, so she clicks on longbow. Oh, yeah, and I'm going to drag it over to the Goblin 3, which is next to the cliff.
Wow, she hit.
They must have 14 AC. I figured that out.
No metagaming. Just
no, my elf would be smart. No, she wouldn't know that. Okay, so she hits and she's going to do some damage. This is the longbow. And let's knock this guy out. Come on, get rid of him.
Yes.
Yes, one more down. Boy, this is
Whew.
tough.
Tough battle, yeah.
And we don't even know how many goblins are still left. There might be other goblins out
Right.
there. Okay, so she will end her turn. I forgot she did her second win last time and I forgot to check it off. So I'm
Yep.
gonna check it off this time.
All right.
And the hill dwarf is gonna come out. And how hard would it be for him to climb the cliff?
I mean, it's just an athletics check. You can reach the goblin, but you have to make your athletics check. It's just a normal 10 or higher type thing.
Okay, let me look at. I'm gonna look at his stats here. See what his he's 14 strength.
You should be able to do it.
So
Yeah.
do you want me to do the move and then do the roll, or do the roll first?
Just do the roll first, because then it will
Okay.
change the
And you
move.
said athletics, and
Yep.
he's got +4
You can
in
roll
that.
in the
He
open.
is. Oh, okay. Because you could see if I fall off the cliff.
Oh!
Oh my
So
gosh!
you climb up and you just slide back down. You don't get hurt or
Oh
anything.
man!
So you're like right there. So now if you want to attack the dwarf or the thing, it's going to be a -2 if you use a missile weapon because of the angle.
Well, the spell doesn't seem to work very good because they're too stealthy.
Right, I don't
So
know.
I will try the wait. You know what? Wait a minute. Oh, well, I didn't go high enough. I was going to say, wait, he doesn't have a crossbow, but he
Do a
does.
bless, for crying out loud. No, I was kidding. No,
I'm
it's
not
okay.
blessing the goblin.
No.
Okay, so he's going to use crossbow. He is going to target the goblin number 2.
-2 to hit. Oh no, you're
Minus.
hitting the guy across the way.
It'll do
Yes,
you
that's
said
fine.
it'll do the thing, so.
Yep. He hasn't stood up yet. Ah.
For goodness sake, can we do anything right here? I don't think so. Okay, let me untarget this guy.
Yep,
Okay.
that's good.
So
And you have
he's gonna pass.
yourself targeted still too. There you go.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, so Goblin number 1 comes up and saw you approaching him.
Yeah, I'd fall down.
So
off
he's
the
going to
cliff.
attack you from on high.
Yeah.
So he's going to take his scimitar. Oh my god.
Seriously?
Yeah. Ouch. You're out. Unconscious. So he just kind of hacks at you and you go down in a heap. And
Yeah. It's
he just
bad to have the cleric go down.
he's just climbed down. Now he's down here on the embankment.
Probably spit on me.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Okay, so the next little dude is going to attack the human noble with the scimitar. But he's doing so from a prone position. But he's still hit with a 19. So he swooped up his sword, he stands up, he hits the noble with disadvantage still.
And he dropped an 18.
Oh my god. And now he's no longer prone, of course.
How many times do people get to see a party get wiped out?
Yeah, we're getting there. So he no longer has the prone condition, so he stood up, he attacked.
Okay.
With disadvantage even, and still made it. I'm going to clear targets now. It's something that people forget to do quite a bit, is clear their targets when they're done, if it's applicable. Okay.
Okay.
Lightfoot.
He's the only one left.
Mm-hmm.
I think he runs away. No. He might. He is a rogue. Everybody's
well,
dead.
the folk
Are
hero
they
isn't dead? No, the human folk hero is still alive.
He's got 1 hit point.
No, 1 point of damage.
Oh, 1 point down. Okay, so two guys left. Nobody can heal anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you'd probably do a medicine check and try and heal this person, to the mage to his left. He'd probably be safer on the other side of the wagon. He'll be behind her. He's gonna go in this spot right here. and he's going to do a medicine check on her and try and can he get her back, get her stable? He can't add hit points, but he could get her stable.
Well, he has to have
Maybe.
a healer's kit.
Oh.
So.
Let's see. I'm sure he doesn't have a healer's kit. Maybe he has a disguise kit and he can disguise himself as a goblin and they won't attack him anymore.
I don't know if he'll have enough time for that.
Yeah, ball bearings. No, he's got thieves' tools, a tinderbox. He's got oil.
Mm-hmm.
Could throw oil on somebody.
Well, you might want to attack. That's about all you got.
Okay.
Unless you want to dodge. I mean, that could be another thing.
Yeah, that's true.
So that way you can jump down, dodge, and then...
No, he's going to try and shoot this guy because this guy, Human Noble, is within 1 square of him, which means he could get sneak attack if he makes the hit.
But the Human Noble is dead, so it doesn't count.
He's dead?
I thought
he's
he was
just unconscious.
He's out.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't count. No. Well, he's
laying on the ground, so you're not be able to hide.
Got blood. Yeah, but he's got blood. Oh, but wasn't he hidden before?
Yeah, he was. So
that doesn't count for him to get.
Yeah, you could try it.
Okay, let's see if I can. This guy's
he is obscured.
Prone.
Yay!
And he hit him. Woohoo!
Now apply your sneak attack damage.
So I click on the
first button.
Okay. And then I click, and this is a, wait, is this a slashing or bullet? It's neither one. Oh, it's piercing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's why you said first one. Okay. Yep. So now he's going to
roll damage.
This guy. Oh, please hit him. Oh, he did
hit him.
Yeah,
you don't have to worry about that.
Roll damage.
Just drag the damage, yeah. The bow.
D6.
Yep.
Yeah, short bow.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so what happens here is that little goblin goes down in a heap. That arrow just buries itself into its neck. And the little goblin goes down. He screams in agony. The other dwarf, or the other goblin, is he's scared. He just heard his friend go down, so he's not sure what to do. So go ahead and pass your turn until you get to the folk hero. Wow.
Oh, great.
Somebody died.
They both failed. Yeah, they both failed. Well,
one of them died.
Oh, she did. She died because she got a 1.
Yeah, she bled out.
She was 1-1, and this counts as 2 when you.
So the elf actually died in this. Wow.
Man, she hasn't done much of anything but die.
Yeah, she didn't. She cast mage armor and it didn't do any good.
Oh, it didn't. Yeah, that's
that's the luck of the dice
of being a mage with only 8 hit points.
Yep. Okay, so go ahead and pass your turn.
It's the folk hero that's alive.
Yep. Okay. So she's still alive.
Folk hero. And my folk hero is the one with the Oh. Okay.
She has ranged bonus.
Yeah, but as far as we know, this might be the last one.
Yes.
So maybe I would like to offer the goblin a chance to surrender and will spare his life.
Okay, so you need to roll a persuasion.
Okay, let's get the right person.
So skills and then persuasion. Or intimidation, whatever one you want.
Let me look at my
Can you speak Goblin?
Stuff. Oh, good question. I doubt it. I only speak Common and Elvish.
Okay, so if you say something to him, he might know Elvish, but you don't know that. But he might not even speak Common. So if you're going to try to convince him with words, you're going to basically roll at disadvantage.
Okay, and you said it's either intimidation or...
If you intimidate him, you're going to show your body language. So it's easier to convey, so don't say, hey, surrender. Instead, you flex. Like, if you don't stop fighting, I'm going to kill you. You could do that with your body language. You don't have
both -1, so it doesn't matter which one
I
take.
But one won't be at disadvantage because you don't have to use words. Okay, you're going to be using your body.
Intimidation, then?
Yes. You're
Am
going
I
to use
doing it in a tower or the
in the
check?
dice tower.
Okay.
So you get your weapon out and you're flexing, and you kind of like yell at him, and he looks at you and he sees that you have your bow there, and he's like, so he's convinced that he needs to surrender.
Okay.
So he puts his weapon down, puts his hands up. So go ahead and pass your turn, unless you want to move. Maybe you should move.
Does she have a? I don't think anybody has a freaking medicine kit.
No, but go ahead and move if you need to.
Where am I just gonna move closer to?
Maybe. I don't know. Just move up so you can see what's going on.
Okay.
Okay. And so that little goblin drops his blade, and this is one of the things that the module discusses, is if the goblin go down to the last combatant, they'll give up usually. So that's one of the things that would play out in this encounter. So that's your turn. Go ahead and pass your turn to the dwarf. He's still in combat. Okay, so he made a successful save, and then go ahead and pass your turn again. And then I'm going to pass my turn because this guy is giving up. So now we're out of combat. So
Okay.
the Lightfoot is still alive. The half-elf is dead. The human is dead or dying. The human folk hero is alive with just a little bit of damage, and the dwarf is unconscious, bleeding out. So these are this is what, basically the aftermath of the combat is. Now the GM has to decide, with the players, if they want to do a short rest or a long rest. So do you want to do that? Short rest, long rest? Do you want to tie the goblin up, or what do you want to do?
I think okay. If we do a long rest, my people can't. Nobody can stabilize them, right?
Right.
So it's still going to only be the 2 people that have hit points left, and the other people are going to die no matter what I do.
Yeah, probably. So.
Well, that sucks. Why doesn't anybody have a healing kit or something on him?
No healing potions.
Oh, does the dwarf have a healing kit on him?
I don't know.
Maybe he could take it off of him. Let me take a
Let's
look
take
at
a
his
look.
inventory. Probably not. The way my luck is going today.
Doesn't look like it.
No, he's got incense. He's got playing cards. Yeah, that's really helpful. He's got an alms box. Got a book of prayers. That didn't help you.
Yeah.
Man, he had chainmail and he still died.
Yep.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're gonna have to do a short rest while we have that goblin tied up.
Okay.
And then I guess the 2 people that survived are gonna have the goblin lead us to his
or you can in this case you don't have to do that, but you can go to Phandelver and get help. You could do that too. Maybe have one person.
We are closer to Phandelver than we are to Neverwinter.
Correct. And so you can have one person stay. So whoever's the quickest, I would have them stay, go to Phandelver ahead, and the other one can just stay behind and try to keep the others alive. I mean, that's about all you can do.
He can't keep them alive. He doesn't have no medicine check.
I know, but keep them from being scavenged. You know what I mean?
Why doesn't he bury them while the other people leave?
I'm going to roll through first.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is see if anyone stabilizes.
Oh. Okay, shouldn't the dwarf have stabilized? That's not 3?
Oh, he died. The human died.
Man.
I don't know why. Let me see. It didn't work right. But he's...
No, because the...
But he's stable. He's got 3 saves, so he's stable. He comes back to life. The dwarf does, or at least he's stable.
He's stable.
Yeah, it says stable. He's not conscious, but he's stable. He's not bleeding out.
Okay, so
2 people are dead. And then 2 people or whatever survive. 3 people survive.
Okay, we send one person to Phandelin. Let's send the guy with 1 hit point, the folk hero, because he can move faster.
Yep.
The criminal, the halfling, and the dwarf
And the goblin.
and the goblin are going to stay behind.
Or maybe he'll
And
take the goblin with him to Phandelin. Just so he's not a pain in the ass for the other 2.
That's true.
Because he might get them in trouble. You know what I mean? Like he'll call out while they're trying to help their friends.
Okay, that's what I'll do. My human folk hero is going to take the goblin and go to Phandelin. And while the other guys are back here, they're going to take a short rest, and
Yep. They're already rested.
They're going to bury the 2 that are
passed.
dead. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So my Hildorf can I roll a hit die for him?
I think they become conscious after they're stable. But you have to roll a D4. You roll a D4, and that tells you how long it takes.
Oh, before they...
Yeah, so 4 hours later, he could wake up.
4 hours later. Well, the other guy has a long thing.
Yeah.
And then, but I can roll a hit. Oh, wait. The other guy left. So he left with 1 hit point of damage.
Right.
Okay.
So the dwarf is revived. So technically, he could heal himself and anyone else that's wounded, but he can't bring anyone to life.
Oh, of course not. Well, he's level 1. There's no, he doesn't have resurrect at level 1.
But anyway, so that's the aftermath of the combat. So they decided to get help instead of going to the goblin hideout, which is where most people would go if they survived. The other thing to consider is that, that surprise round may not be a good thing for your party. So if you're a new DM and you have a new group, just give them the benefit of the doubt and just roll regular initiative instead of giving the advantage to the goblins or the potential of advantage. The other thing is the goblin would potentially tell the players that they are up against certain things in the goblin hideout. So if they do decide to go to the the goblin lair where the goblins are hiding out, the Kragma hideout, the players will have the benefit of not coming across a couple traps along the way. And then even the goblin might join their group as an ally. Maybe he'll decide that these guys are better to hang out with than his former allies. So that would add another kind of like a rogue in a sense, or a warrior to your group. And then on top of that, you might, if you get Sildar back or Gundren, I think it's Gundren that you get back after the Kragma hideout. One of them you rescue. And
it's Sildar you rescue. You're still looking for Gundren.
Okay, so Sildar might join your group, so you can use him as a player character too.
He's in bad shape though when you find him.
Yeah, I know. But if you can heal him, and that sort of thing. But so there's lots of aftermath that might come out. But I think that's about it, Shel. We've been going for probably hour and a half or maybe two hours. So
one thing that I did want to say is that the goblin, none of your goblins use their ability to run away after. What is that called again?
That is their nimble escape.
Nimble escape, yeah. That's another thing. People say goblins are easy to kill, but you could see. Look at this combat. You could see that is not the case. And
the goblins
didn't even use their nimble escape.
Right.
So yeah.
They didn't even get the chance to use their thing. But what helped is that they were kind of scattered and they had the advantage, like tactical advantage a little bit. They know the landscape a little better. And there's other little things that play into this, but mostly it was just bad rolls. The way this encounter was set up is very neutral. Like it's kind of balanced for the players and the goblins. Like it's almost 50-50. It's probably like 55-45 in favor of the players because you guys have one more assailant or attacker. But since they took the wizard out right away, that really screwed this party big time. So.
Okay.
But yeah, at least you didn't. Not everyone died, so you lost 2, but you gained 3. But you might gain 2
Not
more.
everyone died. Only most of the
Oh yeah,
people
only
died.
half. Yeah. Anyways, so that's pretty much all we got. You got anything else to say, Shel?
No. I would like to say that again, you could watch both viewpoints. One from the DM side, which will be Larian's version, which will be on the Fantasy Grounds Academy YouTube page, and mine will be on my LadyShel YouTube page in the coming days
Yep.
because I'm still got to edit.
Yeah, same here. So once I get that up, Shel, I'll give you the link, and then she'll give me
Hmm.
her link, and we'll link those videos together. So if you're going to watch one or the other, it'll be conveniently linked to one another. So that, and I'll put them in a playlist too. So
Yeah,
there we
that's
go.
great.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thanks for your help, Shel, and I'm glad to
Well,
revisit this and kind of interesting how it turned out. So
well, I like how it turned out the last time when we didn't tape correctly, but
yeah.
that's okay.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you for watching, and that's about all I got to say.
All
Take
right.
care.
Bye bye.
Bye.